Welcome to today's podcast. I'm Elizabeth Simons, and today we're diving into an important issue: sustainability and climate change. These are challenges that affect our planet and also impact the way we live and our future generations. In today's episode, we'll expand your English vocabulary, discuss some advanced expressions, and help you practice your listening skills while exploring solutions to these global problems. Let's start by defining sustainability. Sustainability refers to the ability to maintain or support a process continuously over time, without depleting the natural resources required for that process. In the context of the environment, sustainability means using resources in a way that ensures they will still be available for future generations. It's about balancing economic growth, social well-being, and environmental protection. Now, let's take a closer look at some key terms related to sustainability and climate change. The first is carbon footprint. This refers to the total amount of greenhouse gases, particularly carbon dioxide, that are emitted directly or indirectly by human activities. For example, driving a car, using electricity, and even the production of goods all contribute to our carbon footprint. Another important term is renewable energy. Renewable energy comes from natural sources that can be replenished, such as wind, solar, and hydroelectric power. Unlike fossil fuels, which are finite, renewable energy sources can be used indefinitely without depleting the Earth's resources. We also have the term greenhouse gases. These are gases, like carbon dioxide and methane, that trap heat in the atmosphere and contribute to global warming. Human activities, such as deforestation and burning fossil fuels, increase the concentration of these gases in the atmosphere, intensifying the greenhouse effect. Speaking of deforestation, it refers to the large-scale removal of forests, often to clear land for agriculture or urban development. This practice not only reduces the Earth's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide, but also destroys habitats and leads to a loss of biodiversity. Biodiversity refers to the variety of plant and animal life in a particular habitat or ecosystem. A loss of biodiversity means ecosystems become less resilient, which can have severe consequences for food security, water supplies, and even human health. Let's move on to a conversation to see how these terms come in a real discussion. Imagine two people talking, one who is more concerned about the severity of the situation, and the other who is optimistic about the potential solutions.
It seems like we're heading towards a tipping point with climate change. If we don't reduce our carbon footprint, the consequences will be irreversible.
But I believe that renewable energy sources are becoming more widespread. If we continue investing in wind, solar, and hydrogen, we could turn things around.
What about deforestation and the loss of biodiversity? Even if we switch to clean energy, won't the damage to ecosystems be long-lasting?
There are efforts being made to reforest areas and protect endangered species. It's going to take time, but we can mitigate the worst effects if we act now.
This dialogue highlights some of the key challenges we face today, as well as the hope that positive action can lead to real change. Let's break down some of the expressions. Tipping point. This refers to a critical moment when a situation becomes irreversible or starts to change rapidly. It's the point at which the effects of climate change become so severe that they can no longer be reversed. Turn things around. This is an idiomatic expression, meaning to reverse a negative trend or situation and make it positive. It refers to making changes to slow or stop the progression of climate change. Mitigating the worst effects. To mitigate something means to reduce its severity or impact. She is optimistic that, although climate change will still have negative consequences, we can lessen its most harmful effects through concerted efforts. Now, let's move on to a short exercise. I'll ask you a few questions based on the conversation. You can pause the video to think about your answers. Ready? 1. What renewable energy sources did she mention? 2. How does he feel about deforestation? 3. What is her opinion on the future of sustainability? Take a moment to think about your answers. You can pause the podcast if you need more time. Let's review. For the first question, she mentioned wind, solar, and hydrogen as examples of renewable energy sources. For the second question, he is clearly concerned about deforestation and the long-term damage to ecosystems. And finally, she believes that while the situation is serious, investing in sustainability efforts now could make a significant positive impact. As we near the end, let's recap what we've covered today. We've explored key vocabulary related to sustainability and climate change, including terms like carbon footprint, renewable energy, and biodiversity. We've also listened to a conversation that highlighted some of the challenges and solutions related to these issues. If you'd like to dive deeper into these topics, I recommend reading The Uninhabitable Earth by David Wallace Wells, a book that explores the future consequences of climate change. You might also enjoy watching the documentary Before the Flood, narrated by Leonardo DiCaprio, which provides a comprehensive look at the environmental challenges we face today. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. Keep practicing your English, and don't forget to stay informed about climate change and sustainability. Every small action can make a difference. See you in the next episode.